Hello everyone. Today we will gain some basic knowledge about the Constitution of India through some multiple choice questions. So without wasting any time, let's start with it. The first question is, the electorate that elects the President of India includes which of the following? First, all members of Lok Sabha. Second, all MLAs of states. Third, all members of Rajya Sabha. Or fourth, all members of legislative councils of the state. The options are A. First and third, B. First, second, and third, C. First, second, and fourth, D. None of the above. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, none of the above elects the President of India. The second question is, which of the following is a part of the electorate for the election of the President of India, but not part of the stage for his impeachment? Options are A. Lok Sabha, B. Rajya Sabha, C. State Legislative Council, or D. State Legislative Assembly. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, the State Legislative Assembly is a part for the election of the President of India, but is not a part for his impeachment. The next question is, which of the following statements are incorrect about the election of President? The statements are: first, the elected members of the Legislative Council of the states participate in the election. Second statement is, if the total vote of all the elected members of the Legislative Assembly is divided by the total number of elected MPs, then the value of the vote of each member of Parliament is obtained. Third, even if there are more than two candidates, the successful candidate needs an absolute majority to win the election. And fourth, if the Legislative Assembly is dissolved during the election, the members of that Legislative Assembly cannot participate in the presidential election. Options are A. Only first statement is incorrect. B. Only first and third statement are incorrect. C. Third and fourth statement are incorrect. Or D. Second and third statement are incorrect. The correct answer to this question is option A. That is, only the first statement is incorrect related to the election of president. The next question is, the Chief Minister of the state in India is not eligible to vote in presidential election if options are A. If the CM is a candidate. B. If he is yet to prove his majority in a lower house of the state legislature. C. He is a member of the upper house of the state legislature. Or D. He is an interim chief minister. The correct answer to this question is option C. That is, he is a member of the upper house of the state legislature. Next question is, which of the following are among the fundamental duties of the citizen provided by the Indian Constitution? Statements are: first statement, first duty, protecting the rich heritage of mixed culture. Second duty, protecting a weaker section from social injustice. Third duty, development of the scientific temperament. Of fourth duty, strive for excellence in all areas. Options are A. The first and second duty are the fundamental duty. B. Only second duty is the fundamental duty. C. First, second, and third duty are the fundamental duties. Or D. First, second, third, or fourth. That means all the above are a part of the fundamental duty. The correct answer to this question is option C. That is, the first, third, and fourth are among the fundamental duties of the citizen provided by the Indian Constitution. The next question is, which of the following groups participate in the election of the vice president and not in the election of president? The statements are: first, elected member of Lok Sabha. Second, nominee member of the Lok Sabha. third, elected MLAs, or fourth, nominated MLAs? The correct answer to this question is the options are A, only second, B, second and fourth, C, first, third and fourth, or D, second, third and fourth. The correct answer to this question is option E, that is only two, which is nominees member of the Lok Sabha can participate in election of vice president but not in the election of the president. The next question is the vice president participates in which of the following elections? Options are A, presidential elections, B, Rajya Sabha chairmanship election, C, deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha election, or D, none of the above. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is none of the above. The next question is consider the following statement and select the appropriate or the correct ones. Statement 1. The oath of the Vice President is administered by President of India. The second statement is the Vice President has to submit his resignation to the Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha as he is the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Options are A. Only first statement is correct. B. Only second statement is correct. C. Both first and second statement is correct. And D. Neither one nor the second statement is correct. The correct answer to this question is option E. That is only first statement is correct. The next question is with reference to India, which of the following principle implies to a parliamentary government? Statements are first statement, the members of the cabinet are also members of the Lok Sabha. Second, as long as the Lok Sabha has faith in the ministers hold office. Third, the Council of Ministers is headed by the head of state. The options are A, the first and second, B, only second, C, second and third statement, or D, all of the above, that is first, second and third statement. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is the second statement or the principle. That means as long as the Lok Sabha has faith in minister, the minister holds office. Implies to a parliamentary government. The next question is during the appointment, the Prime Minister needs which of the following? Option A, need not be a member of any of the House of the Parliament but should become a member of either House of the Parliament within 6 months. B, need not be a member of any House of the Parliament but should become a member of the Lok Sabha within 6 months. C, should be a member of either House of the Parliament, or D, should be the member of Lok Sabha. The correct answer to this question is option E, that is during appointment a Prime Minister need not be a member of any House of the Parliament but should become a member either House of Parliament within 6 months from his election up to that post. The next question is which of the following statements are correct? Options are A, the Prime Minister of the state is free to select ministers only among those who are members of the Lok Sabha. B, the President of India may select his cabinet after due consultation. C, the Prime Minister is free to choose the cabinet on his own. And D, the Prime Minister is not free to choose the cabinet because this power is vested with the President. The correct answer or the correct statement is option C, that is the Prime Minister is free to choose the cabinet on his own. The next question is which of the following provisions is not explicitly incorporated into the Constitution of India but is followed as a tradition? Options or the statements are A, Finance Minister is required to be a member of the lower house. B, the Prime Minister has to resign if he loses majority in the lower house. C, representation of all regions of India is necessary in the Council of Ministers. Or D, when the House of president is vacant, the vice president takes over the term of the president. The correct answer to this question is option B. That is, the president has to resign if he loses the majority in lower house. The next question is, with reference to the Union Council of Ministers, consider the following statement and choose the correct option. Statements are: first, the Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to the President. Second statement, the Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to the House of People. Third statement, the resignation or the death of the Prime Minister dissolves the Council of Ministers. Options are A, only first and third statement are correct. B, only second statement is correct. C, second and third statement are correct. Or D, the third statement is correct. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, the second and the third statement are correct. The next question is, which of the following departments of the Government of India is not under any ministry? The departments are: first, Investment Department and the Public Property Management. Second, Space Department. C, Medicinal Department. Or D, Department of Atomic Energy. The options are: only first and second departments are not under any ministry. B, only second and fourth ministry. C, third and fourth ministry. Or D, only first ministry. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, the second and the fourth ministry or the departments of the government is not under any ministry. The next question is, which of the following characteristics is common in the Indian Union and American Union? Options are: A, single citizenship. B, three lists of constitution. C, dual judiciary. Or D, a federal Supreme Court to interpret the constitution. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, a federal Supreme Court to interpret the constitution is common in Indian and American Union. The next question is, which of the following characteristics is common in both the Indian and the American Constitution? Options are: A, independent judiciary. B, independent center and state. C, appointment of governors. Or D, citizenship. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, independent center and state are common in both Indian and American constitutions. The next question is, which of the following laws has the highest impact on Indian constitution? Options are: A, British Constitution. B, American Constitution. C, Irish Constitution. Or D, Government of India Act 1935. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, Government of India Act 1935. The last question is, who among the following was the chairman of the Union Constitution Committee of the Constituent Assembly? Options are: A, Sardar Patel. B, B.R. Ambedkar. C, Jawaharlal Nehru. Or D, Aladi Krishna Swamy Iyer. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, Sardar Patel was the chairman of the Union Constitution Committee of the Constituent Assembly.